Welcome to the highlight show for the Rugby Americas North 2022 tournament. On day 3, there were a total of 6 matches scheduled, with the first game starting at 10 a.m. All of the action took place at the Mona Bowl in St. Andrew, Jamaica. Jamaica continued their impressive form, defeating the St. Lucian women 43-0. Shanique Smith, the Jamaican team captain, led her troops to another emphatic victory, booking their spot in the finals. And even with the all-round threat from St. Lucia's Makiba Alcide, Jamaica was just too much for them in the end. Gavin McLeavy and Maria Thomas were on commentary duties.
Some of the highlights of this one. Maria, I've enjoyed it. I don't know about yourself. St. Lucia started off okay, but Jamaica got pretty dominant pretty quickly.
Absolutely seeing ball in hand there for Jamaica. The number 10 just getting through that space and the offload to the number 8.
Gordon was phenomenal for the first at least 2/3 of this game. Everything was going through her. Just quick tap. Every time St. Lucia made a mistake, she took a quick penalty tap, and that's when the Jamaica try started popping up.
Seeing on the sidelines there, actually, the team and the fans doing the rugby energy chant.
That was that high tackle earlier on, dangerous. That's where they ended up with a red card, and that's where the troubles began for St. Lucia. Makiba Alcide, dangerous player, but not just in the running sense, but in the physical sense as well, very aggressive. Another good try for Jamaica. And we're going to be back in just a few seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Big celebrations still going on from Jamaica. They racked up some points in this second half as well.
Saw how they did a really good job of making sure to get under the H and put down the ball for the try, so that their kicks, their conversion kicks, were well positioned, and most of them, they did gain the extra 2 points.
Absolutely. Marston and Brogue played very well today as well. We're going to go down to the sideline for a couple of interviews.
There they are running off to celebrate with the fans.
Coach Wayne, your team not coming out with the win here today, but can you find any positives out of this match?
Well, again, our team is a mix of developmental senior players. They would have made some defensive errors in the sense of tackling and so on. It's just about the younger players getting the opportunity to play at this level. Our goal is really to have a team prepared for November. So this, again, is a preparational tournament of that.
What do you think really went wrong in this game, though?
Right, so from our standpoint is that we got flustered into the moving away from our game plan. So again, the game discipline of being able to reconstruct and be patient and do the format that we practiced, that was one of our detriments.
Well, you have a game again this evening. How do you prepare and regroup to come back for that one?
Well, actually, we'll go back and review the game on film so that they could actually see the errors that they're making in the sense of these defensive errors in the tackle area and have committed to the breakdowns, and then we'll see how it goes for the next game.
Do you have any update on the injured player?
Right, so presently she's at the hospital going through evaluation, so we're supposed to get feedback in about approximately the next half an hour.
Electra, you must be happy with your team's performance.
Yes, it was phenomenal. That last try shows everyone that's watching what Jamaica is about. We're about keeping the ball, passing it, and scoring a team try like that is phenomenal.
Yeah, you still have to work a little bit on your conversions, though.
Yes. But once we get the ball in the hand, it's hard. There's a lot of running, a lot of, contact in that aspect. So the conversions, obviously will be a plus, but the tries speak for themselves. So the conversions, they can wait.
All right, so you're getting ready for the championship game later on this evening.
Yes.
What is it going to be like for that one?
I think we're going to be excited. We're pumped up. We need to go back to the dorm, relax, recover, eat right, so we can be ready for the next game, whoever that may be. I know we're coming to win it, so I'm confident, and all the girls are as well.
The second semi-final clash featured USA South Women's versus Trinidad and Tobago Women's 12 team. It was a keen contest that saw some very strong tackles from the Trinidadians. In the end, the final score was USA South 20, Trinidad and Tobago Women 5.
Let's take a look at the highlights of this exciting semi-final clash. USA South on your right against Trinidad and Tobago. T. Fletcher getting us underway, pinning Trinidad and Tobago in deep inside their half early on off the kickoff. And Durkin gets things underway here This one goes through the hands. Great support off this ball from the United States. Back inside. Wow, she started it and finished it. That's G. Durkin touching it down for the opening score. Nicolette Pantor breaks through. 2 tackles, finally brought down 2 meters shy for Trinidad and Tobago. But a snipe off the back there from Husbands, and she levels the score. But the Americans right back on the attack once again. Watch this ball just get through the hands, and then Watkins show and go brilliantly, pins her ears back and dots it down, and another 2 points, taking this one to 12-5. But watch the try-saving tackle here. That is sensational. Campbell with the offload, but it's bobbled by Durkin. Try-saving tackle there, but Watkins once again making a line break, and yet again another try-saving tackle, this time coming from Katara Monroe. But the USA's relentless attack once again. Cindy Campbell just smashing over the line. She's been so dominant in this tournament over the last day and a half as she looked to add the extra 2 points. Unsuccessful on the conversion, but good for 3 points off of a penalty. And a dominant victory for USA. We're going to send it down to the sideline for post-match reaction.
Coach Alexandra, not the result that you would have wanted here today, but what is your overall assessment of your team's performance?
You know, really positive. The girls went in, put in, I asked them just to empty the tanks, stick to the discipline of the pattern that we've been working on, and they did that. You know, USA gave us great competition. They capitalized on the areas that we fell a little bit short. So, but overall, very proud of my team. So.
Yeah, would you say though that they stuck to the game plan?
They did for the most part, but of course as a team in development, it's going to take time and repetition to remain consistent. But, you know, for generally, I would say yes.
So you have another game this evening. What is going to be the rest and routine like?
It's going to be, you know, see the physio, repair, patch, make sure everybody's okay, fed, hydrated, rested, get mobile again close to the game, get our warm-up and come back out and finish the job.
Coach, you must be happy into the final. What do you make of your team's performance here today?
I was very proud of them, dug deep, especially with the injury. It's always hard to kind of come back from that moment and recapture the energy, and they capitalized. They immediately coming off of that scored a try, kind of got the momentum back on our side, and so that was really good to see.
Yeah, could you give us an update on exactly what went wrong with your injured player?
She went for a tackle, landed funny. It is a broken forearm, we believe. We'll find out when we get x-rays.
Okay, well, we'll see you this evening, and I'm pretty sure you'll be prepared.
Yep, we'll do.
The third match of the day featured the Dominican Republic, who finished third in Pool A, and the Cayman Islands, who were third in Pool B. It was a very close contest that finished 5-7 in favor of the Cayman Islands. Here are the highlights. Gavin McLeavy and Kelson Figaro were the commentators.
So as the two teams came out, I said to the beginning, this is going to be a tight one, and I was accurate for once. Cayman came at it strong in terms of tactics, but DR wanted to play like this. They're working side to side, always trying to work around the outside. They spent a bit of time sort of trying to go through the middle, and it wasn't working for them, so they changed it up and went side to side, stretching the Cayman defense. That was Bosch going through the middle. She was underutilized, I believe. She could have really done a lot more damage. The scrum half was busy, and you can see that top side, there's always a bit of space on the Cayman defense, but that was the category of errors. We always saw them dropping the ball at the end. Kehoe was influential. She chipped over to get to this stage. Great footballing skills to get her there, and then McCarthy always seems to polish things off for the Caymans, doesn't she? And dotted that one down with a chaser. That was the main kick that made the difference, though. Kehoe getting the 2 conversion points. DR got themselves back into it. That one was held up, but this was the try that lit up the last couple of minutes of the game, but they couldn't get the kick over, so it finishes 7-5 to the Cayman Islands. I'm going to shoot you down to the interviews now.
All right, well, not the result that you would have wanted, but how did the team play overall?
No el resultado que nosotros esperábamos, pero ¿cómo tú crees que el equipo jugó?
No, el equipo jugó relativamente bien. Entendemos que hay alta y baja y cosas que mejorar, como todo en la vida, pero el resultado siempre es positivo y no era lo que esperábamos, pero nos sentimos bien.
Definitely not what we were hoping for, but we played relatively well. There's some lows, there's some highs. I think we played well, but it was not the result that we wanted. So there's a lot of things that we need to improve on, for sure.
What were some of those highs that you saw?
¿Cuáles fueron algunas de las altas?
Bueno, la recuperación de los balones que tuvimos, los drops, fuimos cada vez más aumentando el apoyo y la continuidad del balón. Pudimos abrir más nuestro juego.
Yeah, just recovering the ball overall and just being there for the rucks and be able to move the ball. I think that's something that we wanted to improve on, and I think in this game we showed what we can do, which was a lot better than what we did during Trinidad and Tobago and Jamaica for sure.
So what is the rest and recuperation going to be like ahead of your game at 3 o'clock?
Para el siguiente juego, ¿cómo va a ser nuestro descanso? ¿Cómo va a ser nuestra recuperación?
Bien, planeamos ir donde dormimos, ver los videos, analizarlos y poder sacar las conclusiones necesarias para mejorar nuestro estilo de juego.
Just be able to just watch the games, just see what we did, what was it that we needed to improve on, and just move from there.
Let's have a chat now with the coach from the Cayman Islands. Coach, you did say that you wanted to finally unleash the attack in the second half. You were able to do that. What do you think about the girls' performance?
Yeah, just so pleased for them that we've come away with a win that I think we really deserved yesterday. So this is actually our first win since the women's team has come back, like in 7s or 12s. So just really pleased for everyone that it all came together.
You're coming up against Trinidad and Tobago in the 3rd and 4th game. What do you know about them?
We know that we had a very physical game against them in the 7s. We know that they have some really dominant players. I'm hoping that we can, again, bring that line speed and control. I think it'll be a really even game if we can take our kind of momentum from this into that game.
We take our first break. More highlights from day 3 right after this. Thanks for staying with us. This is the highlights show for the Rugby Americas North 2022 tournament. The 4th place playoff match was another keen contest of the women's 12, featuring St. Lucia battling the Dominican Republic. After playing full time, both teams were locked at 10-10. The Dominican Republic managed to scrape the win after sudden death and extra time. This contest finished 10-15. Here are the highlights. Brian Kelly and Maria Thomas were on commentary duties.
Let's take a look at the highlights from this exciting clash. St. Lucia against Dominican Republic. DR getting us underway with a high hanging kick. Gathered well and setting the early tone with a physical match ahead between these two sides. Well, who else? Mary Roberts getting this ball 5 meters out from her own try line, steps hard off her right foot, hands pen past Custodio, and she is off to the races. Mary Roberts, just sensational athlete for St. Lucia. That's another try under the post for the speedster. Conversion attempt unsuccessful there from Kira Dornley, but DR right back on the attack. Tons and tons of phases. Here's Custodio trying to make the tackle. There is Sheena St. Mark. Referee having a couple of words with the AR, but as you can see here on this replay, Custodio does well to hold on to possession and dot that ball down. Conversion attempt unsuccessful. We're tied at 5 apiece, but DR once again before halftime, Custodio makes no mistake on the far side, dotting down for another 5-pointer, getting past Kamika President. Another unsuccessful conversion attempt. In the second half, St. Lucia back on the attack here. Check out the burst of speed from St. Mark. Over the line, reaching, and she's done it. That's Sheena St. Mark. Gets past one, carrying another over, gets it down, reaches over for the try. That one again brings this game to 10-all, and we go into overtime. and it would be decided right then and there by Ysenio Castillo. And look at the passion from DR, ending their campaign with a exciting victory here in Kingston, Jamaica. We're going to send it down to the field for a couple of post-match interviews.
Electra, the captain of the St. Lucia team, you look a little bit disappointed, but I want you to really tell me, give your synopsis of the entire tournament. What has it done for the development of the team?
Well, like we said earlier, we came into this tournament as a developmental process for the Rugby Sevens coming up. So we think we did what we were supposed to do. Whatever errors we made in this tournament, we know we have to fix it moving forward.
What are some of the bright sparks that you saw coming out of this tournament?
Our new players who never played any rugby games came into this tournament, put their best foot forward, and we know any games coming after, they know exactly what's expected of them.
Can we see more St. Lucia in future rugby tournaments?
Without a doubt.
So let's have a chat now with the Dominican Republic captain, Denise. You seem to be a happy camper.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so what do you think about this tournament and what has it done overall for the Dominican Republic?
I mean, this tournament is great. I was talking to Neil earlier today that it's a great way to develop our players to be able to get to the 15th phase of rugby. We participated in Ranks 10 in 2019, and now we participate in Ranks 12. So I think that's a great way to develop our players for sure.
Talk to me about your role as captain. I see that you have a pretty good bond with the girls. What is it like being leader of such an awesome team?
It's not very easy, to be completely honest. It's an honor to be co-captain. I have a long career as a rugby player, so I'm just ready to give back to my community, and the way to do it is to lead by example on this team.
The fifth match of day 3 was a third-place playoff between the ladies from Trinidad and Tobago and the ladies from the Cayman Islands. It was a hard-fought victory and a well-deserved bronze medal finish by the Trinidad and Tobago women's 12 team. Here are the highlights. Gavin McLeavy and Kelson Figaro were the commentators.
And again, playing for the bronze medal match here, all to play for as this last game of the tournament. And Trinidad and Tobago started strongly by captain Leah Kintiba, just really muscling her way forward. And the first try came with brilliant work from Panto, popping it to the corner and supported well by her teammates. And eventually turning the ball over in the 22.
That was just an intelligent try. Nicolette Panto just injecting some.
Picked up by the captain, Kintiba just dotting it down the corner there.
Real intelligence about how she played. But this on the other side, very similar kind of try in terms of strength from an 8-man style run, picking it up and going around the corner and just squeezing in.
And again here we see Afia Glasgow finally stretching her legs, getting around the outside. But brilliant work by Jasmine Line to pull her down. Trinidad and Tobago do recycle the ball and shoot it back to Nicolette Panto on the far side, who tried to go on the outside. She was caught, but great support line by Onella George, and she done big work there for the number 14.
Yeah, you really want to see your back row forwards doing that kind of thing. It looks spectacular, doesn't it?
Again, you see Kathleen Stevens just taking them for the run, putting out the speedy Monroe, and she was hard to stop, brushing off tackles at will, trying the corner again. Trinidad and Tobago in command of the game. And again, Molly Kehoe trying to clear her lines, didn't do it excellently well, and Trinidad and Tobago scooped it up into the hands of the speed merchant, and it's Monroe over for her second of the game.
Made that one look easy.
Continuing into the action here, Trinidad and Tobago looking for the room out wide. Didn't go the way it wanted, but again, Monroe just too fast for them. And again, Jasmine Line just couldn't stop it there. And Trinidad and Tobago really impressed coming in for this third medal, for this bronze medal.
All right, Katie, so it's over for the tournament, finishing 4th place. What is your overall outlook on how things went over the last 3 days?
I think we're thrilled, to be honest. I don't think our players could have delivered any more that they did. Actually, in a lot of ways, they raised above what we thought they could do. With a group that there's multiple players, this is their first ever games of rugby this weekend. Multiple players, this is their first ever games of women's rugby. And I think they all just completely stepped up. It was a really good weekend for us, really positive.
From a coaching standpoint, when you get back to the Cayman Islands, what are some of the things that you're going to work on?
I think some of the things that show up is how inexperienced we are, like in reaction to things, in like knowing what to do in the breakdown if someone's doing something we don't expect. So I think now we know how physical we can be. We can really start ramping up sort of breakdown elements, contact elements, and start getting those little more detailed aspects in.
Alexandria, you must be proud to at least walk away with the medal here for Trinidad and Tobago.
Extremely. I mean, placement and medals were never the outcome for us, but the team absolutely left everything they had out on that field, and I am immensely proud of them.
Is this just a start, though, for the dominance of Trinidad and Tobago in rugby?
Absolutely. You're about to see a beautiful 15s program start to emerge, and plenty more to come from Trinidad and Tobago.
What are some of the good things that you saw came out of this tournament?
A lot of aggression, a lot of discipline to what we've been working on throughout the preparation, and a lot of resilience from the team as well. I mean, this last game we dropped down to 14 players, so we only had 2 subs, and a lot of decisions had to be made, and they just adapted as a team. So absolutely brilliant work from them.
The sixth match of day 3 was the inaugural finals of the Rugby Americas North Women's 12. The matchup on paper looked very exciting, and it did not disappoint. From the fans to the commentary team to the game. It was a final that had everyone glued to their seat and television screen. At the start, both teams found it hard to breach each other's defense. USA South then took the lead, closing the first half at 12-0. Jamaica were relentless and determined to score. They managed to close the gap thanks to their captain Shanique Smith, but it was not enough in the end. Final score was USA 17, Jamaica 14. Here are the highlights. Gavin McLeavy and Maria Thomas were on commentary duties.
Some of the highlights from this game coming up right here. T. Fletcher was a very controlling, calming feature of the USA team kicking off here. And Durden dropping off to Campbell to dot over. She was phenomenal. Maybe one of the best players in the tournament. Campbell, number 12 for USA South. A lot of great work from Marston as well. Nice steal here from Durden. And that's Kiki Jordan that bumped over there. Unstoppable at that point. And there's another look from another angle. Thank you very much, she said. You're not stopping me. And there's another example of Campbell's excellence throughout this tournament. Dotting over the ball for the kick. Campbell took a massive hit on this one. Jamaica scored a try from here. And it all was based on that massive hit from Marston. Dodd going around the outside. And that Thompson's no slouch, number 23 for USA South, and she outran her, made it look easy. That was a great try for Jamaica. And that kind of turned the game back in favour of Jamaica for a short period. And this Shanika Smith kick was absolutely sublime. And then right at the end there, a little bit of a consolation try for Jamaica. They knew they couldn't win, they'd run out of time, but they didn't give up, and Dodd does what she does, goes around the other corner this time to dot down. Phenomenal work from Jamaica throughout this tournament. Great game here, got me breathless. Another Shanique Smith kick. Phenomenal work, Shanique Smith. Congratulations to her for a great, successful weekend. Disappointment though, as USA South happy with that result, obviously.
Coach, your team came out here today and showed that the Caribbean can in fact put up a fighting chance in rugby. What do you think about the team's performance?
I thought it was absolutely fantastic. You know, these ladies here really put everything on the line. You know, they're an exceptional bunch. They've only been together, some of them 4 days, some of them 3, and others came in on Saturday. So it's a mixed group, and for a mixed group to gel so well, I'm just so proud of them. You can see there, another 10 minutes, I think we would have taken this.
Yeah, so this is actually the first step of really expanding the sport of rugby across the Caribbean. What do you make about this tournament?
I think it's a fantastic tournament. It's really well organised. You know, you've got RAN, you've got SportsMax doing a really great job. Suddenly it just changes the complexity. I'm pretty used to going on the 7 circuit with Jamaica men's, so I'm used to being in a lot of different locations. And actually this one is a great start. Great to see so many different teams in the Caribbean. So much fun. People really enjoying themselves. You can hear the crowd in the background. Everybody's onto it.
Coach, another goal for you, USA. You must be very proud of the girls.
Very proud. Last time we won gold was back in 2018, and we fell off in 2019, came in 3rd, and there was a lot of these girls, I think 6 of them, that were there for that event, and they've been talking about the fact that for 3 years they've been trying to fight back to this point because they had a long break with COVID, and they knew that coming back that they'd set expectations on their shoulders of 3 years of hard work, so it's great to see this happen for them.
Do you think they're are any areas, though, that you can improve on as a team?
Oh, for sure. The breakdown, we were a little messy. We were a little late to the breakdown. In general, the way I coach doesn't involve the breakdown a lot, so it's probably something we're going to come back to a lot more often as we start back into our developmental phase, which is going to happen this fall.
How do the celebrations go tonight?
It's probably going to be really, really loud.
All right, Coach. Well, congratulations to you and the girls.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
USA South receiving their winners award. USA South 2022 ran women's 12 champions, and the traditional USA chant, of course, wouldn't be a competition win without it. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us this weekend so far. We'll come back tomorrow. We've got the boys under-19s championship. The final for that is going to look exactly the same as this. Will the result be the same, or will it be different? We'll take a look very soon.
Day 3 closed with the medal ceremony. Trinidad and Tobago finished third, Jamaica finished as runners-up, Cindy Campbell was named SportsMax Player of the Tournament, and USA South are the gold medalists and champions of the Women's 12 Rugby Americas North 2022 tournament. This has been the highlights show for the Rugby Americas North 2022 tournament.